Well, hello there. I'd like to give you a quick tutorial on how to use Google Forms to create a form, which is basically a fancy way of just saying it's a survey. You can create a survey, you can edit it, you can send it out to teachers, and you can collect their responses very easily within Google. The reason I'm doing this one in particular is for case managers to send out a survey to classroom teachers about particular students. For those of you that don't know, really quickly about Google Docs, I'm in my Documents page. You can start, when you log on to Leyden, you'll see your inbox, but go up here to Documents, and you may or may not see Documents. I use it a lot, so I see a whole bunch of there. Don't worry about it. You don't have to know what those are. But just in general information, you can create a document, which is sort of an online version of Word. You can invite people to work collaboratively on it. You can do a presentation, so it's sort of a scaled back version of PowerPoint. Again, same thing, it's a document that's stored in the cloud, so to speak. Different people can be invited to work on it. And the same thing with a spreadsheet, it's a scaled back version of Excel. Well, you can also create a form. And again, a form is just a fancy way of saying a survey. You can create one from scratch, but I don't want to do that today. What I want to show you is how to use a template that I have created that hopefully it'll make your life easier. So if you actually go up here when you're in Google Docs, go to Browse Template Gallery. I'm going to click on that. And you're going to see a bunch of things. You're going to see public templates, and that literally is anybody out there who submits a template that they're going to allow anybody to use. Leyden High School's templates. Once you start using templates, it'll show templates that you've used. And my templates, things that I personally have submitted, so you may not see all this, but if you go to Leyden High School's templates, and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff. And you can either search or you can kind of scroll down LHS 212 IEP feedback form. Okay? So what you're going to do is, it's a template, you can't change it at this moment. That's again what makes it a template. But if you hit use this template, there it is. Those are the general fields for the form. Now from here you can edit a few things, but I just want to show you what's on there. The Iep Feedback form, that's the title. I'd like you ultimately to put the student name right there. There's a couple more little fields, but I just want to scroll down to show you what's in there. The teacher name, you're ultimately going to send it to classroom teachers, the class that they teach, classroom behavior, and they're going to get to rate a little bit on that student, or give you some feedback on that student, how they participate, listen, communicate, how they work with peers, and their attitude. And they can write little notes in there. Their preparation, same thing. They can kind of rate whether they bring material to class, whether their homework is complete, their classwork is done, or they work independently. They can write some notes about preparation. There's also a field here, classroom performance, and where we ask them to comment on their performance in class compared to peers. For example, the student averages such and such % on tests compared to the whole class average of such and such %. And that actually can be accessed very easily by the teacher clicking on the tab, the tests tab category, the quizzes tab category in eSchool. They can rate the student's strengths and accommodations. Okay, so if you have a particular student, let's say that student's name is John Smith, and it says the IEP meeting for the student is on, let's say it's 11:03. And again, the teachers will see this, so you're giving them a little information. Submit this form by, I don't know, 10:31. You guys will decide how much time in advance you want to give teachers. Up here, you can allow them to edit their responses. In other words, once they submit the survey, they could go back and change some answers for their own responses only. Require a Leyden High School sign-in to view the form, and you can automatically collect the respondent's Leyden username. So if you save it, let's say it's for your student named John Smith, you go ahead and save it. Now what you can do is go down here to this little link here. You can see what it actually looks like to teachers. This is what they will see when they open it up. Leyden IEP feedback form for John Smith. The IEP meeting for the student is 11/3, so please submit this form by 10/31. Okay. They can their name, the class. They can click the radio buttons, and they can fill in the form and submit. So that's essentially what it looks like when you send it out. Now again, any of these fields can be changed once you guys get your hands on it. I'm sure we're going to want to alter this template and make it work better for you, but this is a start. Okay. So what I would do is email this form to teachers. This is one way to get it out to them, or you can just copy this email address right here, or excuse me, this web address right here, this URL. You can copy that, paste it in an email, send it to teachers. An easier way is just to email this form, and I'm going to send it to myself. And that's the subject. Include the form in the email. What that means is when I open that email as a teacher, I don't even have to click on a link. The form will be right there. I could submit it right from the email, so that's pretty cool. So I will send that, and I will click out of here. And the next video I will show you is how, once you start to get some responses, how you look at the data, what you can do with that data, and how you can change that form if you want. If you realized you made a mistake or we want to alter something, I'll show you how that all works.